Monkey want to move out. Monkey been sleeping in the same branch for 3 years. Same leaky nest, same noisy neighbor, same smell. Monkey finally save up enough leaves to rent somewhere new. So Monkey open the rental listings, and Monkey see the numbers. And Monkey close the listings, and Monkey sit very still for a long time. The cheapest nest in the jungle costs 900 leaves a month. Monkey make 2,000 leaves a month. That is almost half of everything Monkey earned just to have a roof over his head. And that number was 600 leaves 2 years ago. Monkey did not get a raise. The nest did not get better, but the price went up anyway. And here is the part that nobody explains. It keeps going up. It never comes down. Even when things get hard. Even when monkeys lose their jobs. Even when half the nests in the jungle sit empty for months. The number stays up there like it is nailed to the tree. Monkey want to know why. Not in the angry way. In the exhausted, genuinely confused way. And that question turns out to have a real answer. A structural answer. One that is not about one greedy landlord monkey. It is about how the whole system is built. Let us start at the beginning, with the ground itself. In the jungle, you cannot just build a nest anywhere you want. The monkey government drew lines on a map a long time ago. These lines say where nests are allowed. They say how tall the nest can be, how many nests per tree, what kind of nests. These lines are called zoning regulations. Think of them as the approved tree zones. And the monkey government approved those zones roughly 30 years ago. Back when the jungle had fewer monkeys and nobody thought too hard about it. The map made sense then, not anymore. Since then, the jungle population has grown enormously. New monkeys arrive every season. Young monkeys finish school and look for their first nest. Older monkeys downsize. All of these monkeys need a place to live. But the approved tree zones have not expanded. The map is the same map. And so the number of available nests cannot keep up with the number of monkeys who need them. The gap grows every single season. This is called housing supply elasticity, or more accurately, the lack of it. When demand grows but supply cannot grow with it, prices rise. Every time, without exception. That is not a landlord decision. That is arithmetic. Pure, unavoidable, structural arithmetic. Picture a game of musical chairs. There are 100 chairs and 100 monkeys. Everyone sits. Everyone is fine. Now imagine every single year, one chair gets quietly removed, and 10 new monkeys walk in, round after round, year after year. The monkeys who already have chairs hold on tighter. The monkeys still standing get more and more desperate with each passing round. And the monkeys who own the chairs start to realize something. They do not have to make their chair comfortable. They just have to have one. That is the rental vacancy rate. When vacancies drop below 5% in any jungle district, landlords know something very important. They know that if one monkey leaves, 3 more are already waiting. So there is no pressure to lower the rent at all. There is no pressure to fix the leaky branch. There is no pressure to do much of anything. The chair still gets filled no matter what. Monkey go talk to Monkey Bank about this. Monkey say, why nobody build more nests? Monkey Bank say, oh, they build. They build plenty. Monkey say, then why does rent still go up? Monkey Bank say, come look at what they actually build. And this is where it gets interesting. When a developer monkey wants to build a new structure, they sit down with a leaf calculator. The math tells them everything. Building affordable nests that regular working monkeys can pay for on a normal salary, those return maybe 40 leaves of profit per nest per month. Building luxury banana penthouses with heated branches, river views, and an acacia concierge returns 120 leaves per nest per month. Same tree, same location, 3 times the leaves. So every developer monkey in the jungle builds penthouses, not because they are villains, because the math tells them to. This is the luxury unit development incentive, one of the most counterintuitive mechanics in the entire nest market. New construction goes up, rent still goes up, because the new supply is not competing with the nests that struggling monkeys actually need. Imagine you are starving and someone opens a new restaurant. Great news, but it only serves 40-leaf tasting menus. The supply of restaurants increased. Your hunger did not decrease. That is what happens when the only new housing targets the top 15% of earners. Now, some monkeys say, just make laws that keep rent from going up too fast. Cap it, freeze it. This is called rent control. And monkey government in some parts of the jungle has tried exactly this. The idea feels right. Put a ceiling on the leaves a landlord can charge. Protect the monkeys already inside their nests. Keep them safe from rising costs. It sounds like the obvious solution to the problem, but rent control has a hidden catch. When landlords cannot raise rent freely, they stop maintaining the nest. The leaky branch stays leaky. The wobbly platform stays wobbly. And more importantly, developers look at the numbers and decide not to build in rent-controlled zones at all. Why build where your profit is capped? So supply gets even tighter. The monkeys inside their controlled nests are protected from rent increases. But fewer and fewer nests become available to any monkey looking for a new one. The line for the musical chairs game gets longer, not shorter. Monkey overhear a conversation on the news tree. Monkey news say local monkey community blocks new nest development for the 14th time. Monkey ask why they do that. Monkey news say current residents say new nests will bring traffic, noise, and change the character of the neighborhood. This is called NIMBYism, not in my backyardism. The monkeys who already have nests and chairs do not want new construction near them. Even when they intellectually understand the jungle needs more housing. Even when their own children cannot afford to stay in the district where they grew up. The instinct to protect what you have overrides the logic of what the jungle needs. And because these resident monkeys vote and show up to planning meetings, the monkey government tends to listen to them. The approved tree zones stay unapproved. The map stays the same. Nothing changes. So you have a situation where the monkey government is not approving new zones. Developers only build luxury when zones do occasionally open. Community monkeys block projects that would have helped. And beneath all of this, a quieter force is at work inside the system. Something called a real estate investment trust, or REIT. These are large groups of investor monkeys who pool their leaves together and buy nests. Not to live in, but to collect rent from. When institutional investors own large portions of the available housing stock, their goal changes completely. Their goal is return on investment, not affordable shelter. They raise rents in coordination with market signals. They model vacancy rates precisely. They know exactly how desperate the musical chair situation is, and they price accordingly. Every data point confirms the same thing: charge more. The rent-to-income ratio is the number that makes all of this visible. It measures how many of your monthly leaves go to your nest. 30% used to be the standard. If you earn 2,000 leaves, you pay 600 leaves for housing. That was the old rule. The rule that economists and financial advisors still sometimes quote, as though it still applies in the real jungle today. In most major jungle districts today, that ratio sits between 45 and 60%. Monkeys are not overspending on luxury at all. They are paying 60% of their leaves for the only available option. That gap is the affordability index falling apart in real time. Monkeys sit down at the base of the tree and do the math slowly. Monkey earned 2,000 leaves. Monkey spend 900 on nest. That is 1,100 leaves left for everything else. Food, transport, savings, emergencies. Every year the nest costs a little more. Monkey income does not keep pace. The 1,100 shrinks, slowly, year after year, not because of any one dramatic event at all. Just the slow, structural pressure of a system where supply can never catch demand. Where zoning locks the map in place permanently. Where developers chase profit. Where investors optimize returns. Where communities block construction. Where rent control helps those inside and forgets those outside. And then Monkey understands something. Something that feels almost physical when it lands. Rent does not go down because everything holding it up is structural. It is not the mood of one landlord. It is the geometry of the whole jungle. You cannot shame your way out of geometry. The solution, if there is one, lives in the same structural layer. More approved tree zones, fast-track permits for affordable nest development, tax incentives that make building modest nests more financially competitive with penthouses, zoning reform that overrides local NIMBY objections for the sake of the broader jungle, policies that change what the leaf calculator tells the developer monkey to build. Not rules that fight the market from the outside, rules that reshape the market from within. That is a fundamentally different approach, and it is the only one that actually works. None of that is fast. None of that is satisfying to someone who needs a nest next month. But understanding the mechanism is the first step, and it is a step that most conversations about rent skip entirely, jumping straight to the anger without ever going through the structure first. Monkey look at the jungle differently now. Still frustrated, still calculating leaves against costs, but the frustration has a new shape. It has edges, it has causes, And causes, unlike geometry, can actually be changed. That is what makes understanding worth the effort. And as always, apes together strong.